Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Songbird's Creations. I hope I can catch you before you get too far away from your computers or phones. After being at Kim's, I decided I need more coffee and crochet chat time, so I decided I would just jump on and do a pop-up live and finish a snake. Hey, Julian! Welcome in. Thanks for stopping in. I am just finishing up a snake. Hi, Kimberly. Yep, so here's my first snake. So I decided to make coral snakes. And I want to wire them when I put them on the hat so that I can, do different stuff with them. So I think they're going to be kind of cool. And basically what I did is just looked up a picture of a coral snake and worked from there. So what's weird is in pictures of coral snakes, you really can't see the eyes. Apparently they have really dark black eyes. So, yeah, couldn't see the snake's eyes. I thought about maybe using some beads and give them some red eyes. I think that would be kind of cool. So I'm thinking I'm not going to stuff them. They're small enough around because I basically did a chain of 8 and just worked 8 single crochet around. So, I mean, there's really not a lot of room for stuffing. And if I'm going to wire the inside, I think probably that'll be enough. So, yeah, so that's what my snakes will look like. I think I will have some with the mouths open, like showing their fangs. I mean, it's a Medusa hat. It's got to be a little scary, right? So that's the beginning of that. Yeah, I agree, Julianne. They're small enough. So hello, everybody coming in. I guess I caught most of you before you got too far away after Kim's live, so yay. So I think what I'm going to do while I'm just sitting here chatting with everybody, I am going to go ahead and work on the hat that I'm going to attach all these snakes to. That would be hilarious, Kim. That would be absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna do a beanie base for it and then have the snakes coming out off the beanie. Well, let's wait and see what it turns out like, Kim, and maybe I will give it away to somebody. Or maybe I'll have to make a second one to give away to somebody because really I think I want to keep this one. But your clients think you're crazy anyway. Well, I think a Medusa hat in a salon would be absolutely perfect. Coffee. So yeah, I think I'll sit here and just start the beanie. Hey, Beth. Nice to see you. Hey, Miss C, welcome in, welcome in. You didn't get here in time. I was showing my snake. This is the beginnings of my Medusa beanie. So my snakes for my Medusa beanie are going to be coral snakes. So this is the first one. I've got a second one that I started in the bedroom, but I decided I would work on the beanie part, so I'll have something to attach them to. I'm supposed to get the wire for it on tomorrow, so I'll be able to start wiring them up and attach them to the beanies. So thank you, Ms. C. I think he's kind of cool. I really kind of had to debate with myself on just what kind of snake I wanted to make. I wasn't sure if I wanted to try and do a cobra or just something simpler like the coral snake. The coral snake won. Frizzy, I am just going to work with some pipe cleaners, basically. Hello, Ellen. Oh no, my skein of yarn is, I think, going to barf on me. It was center pulling so nice, and now all of a sudden oh, I see what happened. The outside thread decided to pull through the center. So get that untangled, and maybe I'll have a center pull again. Sometimes skeins of yarn can be a pain. So give me an opinion. I mean, this is a pretty good sized snake. Even if I curl him, he's going to be sticking out a ways. So do you think I should do any smaller than that or larger than that? Give me an opinion. I'm doing a live. Good morning. You think that's perfect? Okay, cool. I'll keep them that length. I was kind of thinking that was a good length too. So what's everybody else working on? Ah, yay, I'm glad you're getting your orders done, Julianne. Ah, your green hep double Santa cloth. Cool. I've got to eventually make a set of those after I get my dad's throw done. I'm going to make him a set of towel and scrubby and stuff for his kitchen. His kitchen is predominantly, well, it's like pretty much black and white, so I think I can kind of get away with any color I want to make it. I hate when that happens. Good morning, Sassy Mary. You're going to frog your poncho? Oh, no. I hate that for you. I hate frogging stuff. I really do. I had a top that I was making. Well, I'm still making because now I'm making it in a totally different kind of yarn than what I had tried making it with. There's this top called the Spider Dream Tunic, and it's really unusual construction, and it's really lacy. And I had tried making it with a 3-weight yarn twice. And the first time I made it with a mandala yarn, and it was huge. I mean, there was just no way I could wear the thing. And then the second time I did it with the DK yarn again, and I tried making it smaller, but it was still coming out huge. So I just totally frogged it, and in fact, that yarn is what Kim ended up buying from me to make the wedding shawl. But I did get some Elise yarn. It's a really fine yarn, and it's an ombre that goes from really pale lavender down to a deeper lavender. And that's what I'm making it from now. And so far, it's working. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, all that good stuff. It's going to work out this time. Oh, so you want to, that isn't shorter on the sides. So you basically probably need to make a 4-point poncho. You know what, Kimberly? I'm chubby too, but I don't care. I wear my ponchos. I don't care if I look like a blob in them or not. They're for me to be comfortable and warm, and to heck with what anybody else thinks. If they don't like the way I'd look, they don't have to look at me. That's my opinion. Exactly, Sassy Mary. That's kind of how I feel. I'm 63, and it's like, yeah, if you don't like what I look like, you don't have to look at me. You know, I have several tattoos at different places on my body. And back when I was younger and I was getting my tattoos, a friend of mine's mother asked me what, you know, what was going to happen when I was old and wrinkly and saggy. And, you know, I was like, well, one, all my tattoos are in places that I can hide them on my body. So not everybody gets to see them. And then the second thing is, if I'm in a nursing home or something like that and somebody's taking care of me, they're going to look at my tattoos and think, well, must have had a heck of a life. You know, I mean, yeah, her mom was just so against me getting those tattoos. It was like, oh, good grief. Now tattoos are, just kind of totally blasé. Nobody thinks twice about a tattoo. Well, Julianne, I mean, back in their day, only the more riffraff type people and sailors and stuff like that got tattoos. Nowadays, everybody gets them. It's not like it's a big deal. And see, I started getting tattoos kind of at the beginning of the tattoo craze. So, um, right, exactly, Ms. C. Sign of rebellion, and now it's body art. Exactly. And then when I got to a point where um, I was no longer interested in going under a needle, um, I learned how to do henna. And I really enjoy henna because it's kind of like a tattoo. It's body art, but it's not permanent body art. So I can have a, you know, have a design on my body, and then a week and a half later, it's gone, and I can have a new one if I want to. A love hate relationship. You and me both, sweetie. Can't you wait till they're not around anymore, Julianne? Oh. No mirror. Well, yeah, I still want to be able to look in a mirror. A 4-year-old that points out all your flaws. Oh, goodness. I can just imagine what a 4-year-old can point out. The old lady in the mirror scares you. Yeah, well, I I've been going gray for so long that having totally gray hair really just does not bother me a bit. And I feel like I've earned every wrinkle and laugh line that I've got. So I'm not upset about the fact that I'm aging. Though it was kind of funny back, oh, it's been years ago now. My dad um, broke his ankle pretty badly, and had to go in and have surgery done on it. And I visited him while he was in the hospital. And it was a real shock to me. I think I must have been in my late 20s, maybe early 30s. And going in and seeing him laying in the hospital bed, and it hit me that he was getting older, and it was so weird because I had the mental picture of my parents that I carried around in my head for so long, and the reality was so different than, you know, what I had in my head. So, yeah, sometimes aging can be a shock. You found a gray hair and it has a mind of its own? They do. You see this stuff up here that's just like flying all over the place? And I promise you guys, I brushed my hair really well. Well, and static electricity is a thing, so yeah, it's just flying all over the place. Yes, coarse, definitely. It goes wherever it wants. Yep, they do that. Well, you know what really bothers me? I don't care so much about the gray hair on my head, but I'm getting gray hair in my eyebrows. And like you talking about, they go wherever they want. Yeah, it's like I get these gray hairs that just want to spring out like, and it's like, no, no, we aren't doing this. And then, of course, the beard. It's not even funny. It's my halo. Yeah, right. It's got to be because it'll probably be the only one I get. So your avatar has a hat on. Well, actually, I have enough hats. I could wear a hat. I've got some cool hats, but yeah, Julianne, I try to keep my eyebrows in check somewhat. Getting old is a trip. Yeah, it is. Well, kind of thing about life, it's a trip, and unfortunately, it's pretty much a one-way trip. But at the end of this trip, we get to start a new one. So thank you, Miss C. You're so sweet. Love you. Yes, eyebrow gel is a very nice, except that I don't mess around. I don't, as you can tell, I don't do makeup. So I barely do. My best friend from high school, gave me some hyaluronic acid serum and a jar of Bulgarian rose face cream for my birthday this year. And I am so bad about remembering to use it. That works, Beth. Amen, Ms. C. I totally agree with you. Well, yeah, I know it's a thing lately, Beth. Um, I haven't put on makeup in years. And I have all of it. I mean, I've got all the goop, but I don't use it. Most of my eyeshadow kind of got relegated to being down with my polymer clay tools because mica powders are quite a thing when you're doing polymer clay. So most eyeshadow are mica powders. So yeah, makeup that doesn't make there's one that I've seen advertised that is kind of tempting to try, but it's so expensive. Yeah, I don't need my wrinkles highlighted. They highlight themselves well enough. What's funny is as I've aged, the changes that my skin has gone through as far as when I was a kid, oh my God, my skin was so oily. And I just really despaired of ever, having drier skin. And now my skin is so dry. It's not even funny. Oh no, Julianne, that's sad. That's sad. Hey, Rebecca, good morning. We were all wondering where you were. How did your market go yesterday? Hey, Marianne, welcome in. You didn't get here in time to see my snake, so I'll show it again. Here is the first snake for the Medusa hat. Well, that's good. I'm glad that it was at least worth it. I think your last one was exceptional. Thanks, Marianne. I'm kind of getting antsy to get it done too. I'm going to get the wires for it. I ordered them from Amazon yesterday, so they're supposed to get here tomorrow. So I'll be able to wire them as I go. Okay, Miss C. Well, you know, you're welcome to hang out here. You're welcome to go there. And I'm glad to have you here while you're here. I'm just glad anybody wants to come and hang out with me. So, you know, you're appreciated. No, I have not yet, Beth, and I really want to. I want to try that out. It's such pretty yarn. Um, hey, Nifty, an 8-foot scarf. Wow. Well, thank you, Kimberly. I love all you guys too. I really appreciate you coming in and hanging out. You know, I moved to this town several years ago, but taking care of my mom and then COVID and all that, I just don't really get out of the house that much. And um and now I guess I've just gotten so used to being a homebody that I don't really care if I get out of the house that much. So, I mean, I go visit my neighbor. She is in her 80s, and since I lost my mom, she has kind of become my second mom. So I go and visit her, but I just don't really get much social interaction other than what I do here on the YouTube streets. So I'm so glad when you guys, come out and hang out with me because it it does get a little lonely here once in a while. I mean, I'm pretty happy with my own company, but 24/7, it gets a little much. Once in a while, you do have to have other adults to converse with. And having other people that do the same kind of crafts and stuff that I do is nice too, because my husband just doesn't get it. And he never will. So, as much as I love him, yeah. Yeah, in the winter, I definitely like staying in. In the summertime, I do definitely I get outside. I'm not really leaving my house because I basically go outside. I get out early in the morning and work out in my garden. And yeah, well, that's good, Lana. I'm glad that we can fill that need in your life too. I'm not quite young enough to be your daughter. I'm 63. So you would have had to have had me pretty young. Oh, Actually, I want to get out. I'm hoping, not sure what the temperature is supposed to get up to today. Maybe I'll be able to get out and do some cleaning up today and tomorrow in my garden. I went out the other day and cut all my parsley. And I've got it back in my herb dryer. Let me tell you the story of my herb dryer. So back when I first started my herb garden, I wanted some place to hang up my herbs to let them dry. My name is Margaret, and yeah, you can call me Margaret. That is just fine. That's what everybody calls me. What is the temperature right now? Right now we've got 38, and I think we're supposed to get up close to 50 today, maybe hit 50. So, yeah, we're having an Indiana heat wave. That's right. And what's interesting is it looks like it's supposed to stay up in the 40s for quite a bit, quite a while. So, well, thank you. Thank you for coming in, Nifty. I hope you enjoy it here and come back and visit often. But yeah, I once again let my garden go until, we got snow, and then, I'm not going to go out and try to clean up the garden in the snow. So, yeah, hopefully maybe today and tomorrow I can get out and do some cleanup. Oh, hanging the herbs, yeah. So I grow a lot of different kinds of herbs. So I like to cut them at the end of the season and dry some. And so I got online. At that time, Wish was the thing to, to order cheap stuff from. So I got online on Wish, and I was looking around through to find something to dry herbs. And I see this herb dryer. So I bought it, and it has like 4 tiers in it, and it hangs up. So I ordered it, and I guess when I saw it, I didn't look at the measurements of it or anything. So when I got it, it was in this cute little zipper case, about this big around. Not too bad. But I open it up, and this thing untwists, and it's like more than 2 feet across and probably a good 4 feet tall. And I started laughing. I said, I think maybe they were thinking of a different kind of herb than what I was thinking of. But I found a place to hang it. So as you go down to my basement, there's a portion where the ceiling, when you reach the bottom of the basement stairs, the ceiling is way, way up above you. So we put a hook up in that part of the ceiling and hung the dryer right there. But the cans that have the orange on, exactly. That's exactly what it was like. The way it popped out of that case, it was just like boing, and it was just huge. But it has come in really handy. I mean, it is a little on the large side, but I've dried a lot of herbs in there. So. But what's interesting is that my thyme and my sage and my oregano, when I went out at Thanksgiving and picked some of those fresh, they were still growing. So I guess they were liking the cool weather. A compressed bag of stuffing? Oh, I can just imagine that. Yeah, we didn't I got out before, well, because we've had two snows now, and I got the last snow didn't kill my herbs, but this most recent one, we got really, really cold after that. And yeah, everything outside was drooping. In fact, I grow my cherry tomato plants. I've got two little beds that are right off the back of my back porch. And um, so I've got four cherry tomato plants, two in each bed. And they went ape this year. I mean, they were every bit of, if I had tomato cages tall enough, they'd have probably been every bit of 8 feet. I mean, they were just vining all over the place. And they were still blooming right up through most of November. Just crazy, crazy plants. 10 pounds of stuffing. Oh my God. I bet that was huge once it all decompressed. What did you do with it once it all decompressed? Because I don't, obviously it's not going to fit in the. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Well, I have arugula out in one bed of the garden, and it was still blooming last week. It was cracking me up. 8 32-gallon trash bags. Oh my God. I can too, Rebecca. I can definitely visualize it. Be kind of like when you make popcorn and by mistake take the lid off. It's flying out all over the place. Wow. I just can't imagine making that many Ammies that you would go through that much. Of course, I'm not a big Ammy maker. Julianne, have you ever seen the book? It's called Amamani, I think, Puzzle Balls. Well, the ginormous yarn cat, yummy cats would take a lot. Um, I was thinking I might still have the book up here. So they're puzzle balls, and they all kind of, you make them out of pieces that all kind of interlock together, but they're, yeah, they're really cool. I got the book back years ago. I think it's called Amamani Puzzle Balls. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that's what they are. Amamani. So Ami, like amigurumi, and then Mani, Mani, puzzle balls. If you want to look it up. Okay, Melissa. Well, thank you so much for stopping in and hanging out with us. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day and a good church service. Now you have more giant yarn. Yeah, they are really cute. Um, I ought to make one and give it to the people next door. Their baby is getting, well, he's almost a year. He'll be a year. He'll be a year right around Christmas. I'm not sure if he was born Christmas Eve, but yeah, he's coming up on a year. Ooh, that'll be cool, Julianne. Yeah, I got the book, I'm pretty sure, off of Amazon. Yeah, now that I think about it, I should get it together and make one for the little boy next door. He'll be old enough, I think, to enjoy having one. I think I'm on my last row of increases for my hat. I used to make Amis back years ago when my son was little, and I was actually pretty good at it. So yeah, I need to. Hi, Jackie. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Yeah, Kimberly, you can definitely do it, I'm sure. with your skill at crochet, you should have no problem doing some ammies. Yeah, try that, Mary. If you like the stitch pattern. I need to get all my gifts done so I can work on stuff that I want to make. Something easy to start with? Well, probably a bear or a puppy or I have she is a girl, she's a parakeet, and she does not talk, she's not hand tame. I have not been able to do anything with that bird other than feed her and clean her cage. She's pretty, but she's kind of worthless. No, she did inspire a children's story, so she has been good for that. But yeah, and she can be really noisy sometimes. Um, and yes, this is a hat that I'm working on. This is going to be the base for my Medusa hat, and um, my Medusa hat is going to have snakes all over it. So this is one of the snakes that'll be attached to the hat once it's done. And it's black. This is black. And the snakes are going to be like coral snakes. So they're black, gold, and burgundy. So yeah, it should be fun when it's done, I think. Yay, finished a Piper Cat. Knock them orders out, Julianne. A hand-tamed bird? Yes, I did. I had, so from the reading that I did when I got her, because when I got her, she was several years old and she was not hand-tamed at that time. And so I got a book to read up. And apparently female parakeets are tend to stay wilder than the males. Males apparently are very easy to tame and to teach to talk. So yes, I had years ago, I had a really cool parakeet who he was hand tame and he knew how to talk. He said several different words. Plus, he learned how to meow like the cats, which in itself was pretty interesting. But yeah, he was a really neat bird. And we used to let him out to, we'd put all the cats either in the basement or if they were outside, we would let him out of his cage to fly. And he would fly around the house and then he would come over a lot of times and he'd like get on my shoulder and he liked to nibble on my earlobe. They sometimes he would come over and perch on the bow of my glasses. It was pretty funny. Yeah, my mom used to have a sun conure, and she was a really neat bird. And when we while we had the sun conure, she had bought a Yorkie puppy, and um, she and the puppy would play together, and it was fine until his hunting instincts started kicking in, and then he jumped on her, and we were afraid at that point that he was going to hurt her. So, but one of the cutest things, we used to give her this fruit. It was like a dried fruit and seed mixture, and there was one of the fruits that she just really did not like, so she would throw it out of her cage. Well, the dog did like the fruit, so when she would throw the fruit out of the cage, he would go along and clean up all the fruit that she had thrown out. I kid you not, one day we had her cage door open and we looked, and she was feeding the dog a piece of the fruit. It was just unbelievable. Um, yeah, another interesting thing that we figured out when we had the sun conure, she could not stand the signal from our cordless phone. If you were in the room talking on the cordless phone, if you were in the same room she was in, it would drive her nuts. If you went out of the room into a different area of the house, she was fine. But yeah, apparently the signal must have bothered her ears or something, because she would just raise a ruckus like you've never heard. But yeah, that bird, we would cover her cage at night to get her to quiet down so we could go to bed. But as soon as she heard somebody's foot hit the floor in the morning, boy, she was up and at it. An umbrella cockatoo. Oh, how cool. I'm a good boy. Yes, they can. Well, this one has bitten me a couple of times when I've had to reach in and get her out of the cage. Um, I got smart and started wearing rubber gloves when I reach in to get her. Didn't like women. Oh no. Okay, Mary. Well, I don't doubt you a bit. I'm sorry you're having to frog it. Lana, I have yarn to make probably, if I decide to make ponchos out of all of it, I could probably make 6 or 8, but I don't think, I don't know. We'll see how many I end up making. I really would like to make one if I can manage to get all my gift projects done before I leave south. I really would like to make a poncho to take down to wear. Of course, I've got my layers of kindness, the sleeved poncho. I could take that. What I'd like to do, I'm hoping that it's going to be fairly warm down there. I'd like to take a bunch of my crocheted stuff down that I've made, my wearables, um, and have my brother take some pictures for me out on the beach. I do a really bad job of getting pictures taken of the stuff that I've made, and I think it'd be fun to do some pictures down on the beach. Nifty, exactly. Having ponchos is great for that. I have a feeling on this one, on this Santa Claus, um, Rebecca, she's probably doing her own thing since Kim just drew the color green and half double crochet as the stitch for today. Yeah, puzzle yarn. I've got some, I don't remember what the green one is called in the puzzle yarn, but I bought mine from Ice Yarns and it's exactly the same yarn. Um, on their website, they call it Mosaic, but I bought it from Ice because I was running out of the puzzle yarn when I was working on a scarf and found out, yeah, it is exactly the same yarn. But I've got enough that I'd like to make a poncho out of it. Ooh, a dinosaur. Oh, I bet that would be cool. I've got lots of yarn I could use for shawls. I've got some that I bought from Hobby years ago, and now I kind of consider it a collector's item because it's no longer made, and it's such beautiful yarn. In fact, I've got some of it right here next to me. This is one of my many whips. It's eventually going to be a dress one of these days. But this yarn is the brand is Bumbo, and well, I'm not finding the rest of my skeins. I thought I had them in this box, but as you can see, it is a color changing yarn. And then it has a sparkly thread through it, which isn't really showing up on the camera too well. But it is there. Now you can kind of see the sparkles in it. But yeah, it's a beautiful yarn. But what's interesting is I bought 4 skeins of each of these, and they're like a 2 weight. It's really fine. So this colorway, and then I bought another colorway that was really, really close to this. And so I'm going to combine the 2 different colorways to make the dress. It's got brown and rust, and then there's some kind of peach and tan. So yeah, it's got a lot of different colors in it. And then the brown, like this one, is kind of a rusty brown. I have to figure out what I did with the rest of that yarn so I can continue that dress. You know, brown is not my favorite color, but the last couple of years I really have enjoyed working with brown. Year before last, for Christmas, I went to South Carolina, and I made my dad a cardie. The yarn that I'm using, Beth, it's called Bumbo, and I think it's Starlight or Moonlight. Maybe it's Moonlight. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Bumbo Moonlight yarn. And like I said, they don't even make it anymore. And when I bought it, I bought maybe 5 or 6 colorways from Hobby, but it's been years ago. They don't even make that yarn anymore. I think that yarn is probably maybe 10 years old. But yeah, they had a lot of really beautiful colorways, and I've still got quite a bit of it downstairs. I've got there's one that had pinks and purples, and then one that had like blue, went blue to pinks. Hobby, Hobbii, Hobby, yeah, not Hobby Lobby. I don't buy much yarn from Hobby Lobby, I'll say. Every once in a while, I'll see something over there that I like well enough, but I don't really buy a lot of their yarn. I mean, I did buy, um, I was making a lot of like summer hats, so I did buy some of their I Love This Cotton, um, because it's just really nice. Yeah, there you go. On Ravelry, you can find it. Um, the last time I bought yarn at Hobby Lobby was for Kim's birthday present. Um, the I Love This Cotton is really nice. It's very nice yarn. Um, it is actually, it's soft enough to make wearables from. I would not have a problem wearing it against my skin. Yeah, Nifty, I have heard that Canadian people kind of have trouble getting yarn from the American outlets, which is just, yeah, not fair. It really should. I mean, yeah, the shipping is expensive, but it's not like they can't ship across the border. Yeah, right now it can't even be shipped. Yeah, that's true. Postal strike. Worst time of year to have a postal strike, too, right? Everybody wanting to ship Christmas presents and stuff and can't. Well, yeah, the in-store experience is pretty fun too, Nifty. Hobby Lobby is a dangerous store with all the different kinds of crafts that I like to do. Yeah, it's a bad place. Hey, baby, nice to see ya. Welcome in. I'm always really proud of myself when I go in there and just get exactly what I went in there for and nothing else. Um, that's good, Lana. That's a deal when you get good shipping. What's that like? What you mean going in and getting just exactly what you went in for? Well, it doesn't happen very often for me. So yeah, I definitely pat myself on the back if I go in and just get exactly what I'm there for. Yeah, I will go to Joann's and Michael's once in a while and once in a while to Hobby Lobby. But I have so much crafting stuff already that going I can't justify going and buying more crafting stuff, you know. I mean, just yeah, if you can jump on a bus and come down and go shopping. Okay, Beth. Well, thanks so much for coming in and hanging out with us. It was nice to see you. Nice talking with you. Oh, now you can frog. Oh, I'm so sad for you. But I hope it turns out the way you want it this time. Yeah, Rebecca, I am not willing to part with my crafting stuff. Of course, I still do other crafts than knitting and crocheting. So, oh, near the CN Tower. Okay. I've been up there. I went, we did a trip to Toronto one of the times that I was up in Canada. We went up to Niagara Falls and then we went to the CN Tower, and I could not get out and walk on the glass floor. I am deathly afraid of heights, and I just could not do it. Oh, nifty. Well, I probably won't be going back up there anytime soon, so I guess I don't have to worry about a glass elevator. Yeah, I could not do it. I even watch videos where people are like driving through the mountains or something, and they're like right on the edge of a cliff or something like that, and it turns my knees to jelly, and I'm not even there. It's just, it's ridiculous. No, 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 no. Bounce on it? No. I can't even walk on it, let alone bounce on it. Now, see, I can do a Ferris wheel. I can do Ferris wheels. I can do um, roller coasters. That doesn't bother me. But for some reason, yeah. And like being on the roof of a building, I can do that. Now, I have a little problem walking to the edge of a roof and looking off, but I can go up on a really tall building and go up on the roof, without any problem. And yeah, so I don't know. It's just a weird fear. I love Ferris wheels. I probably wouldn't love getting stuck on one, but I do love Ferris wheels. Well, baby, I don't know if I would still be able to do a roller coaster anymore either. I do have a little trouble with my equilibrium these days. Um, my left side, I think the crystals in my ear are funky. And like if I roll over in bed too fast at night or something, I'll get like the bed spins for a minute. Stuck in an MRI tube? Oh, no. I'm not claustrophobic, but that might make me. Wow. Oh, God. That's crazy. So how long did you end up being stuck? Hour. Oh my God. Yeah, that definitely sounds awful. I can't imagine. Have to take a chill pill to even get in one. Yeah. I, Julianne, that's probably the best idea. Close your eyes and try to take a nap. You know, I have never been too prone to panic attacks. The only time I ever had panic attacks, I was, I had really bad bronchitis, and my doctor prescribed steroids for me to take down the swelling in my lungs. And I started having panic attacks. And I was like, what the heck? You know, because I knew that that was not me. Um, and so I started reading up on the medicine I was taking, and it turned out that panic attacks was one of the possible side effects. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you'd have been in there with the noises from it for an hour, oh, God. Oh, that's nice. Nice of them to give you earplugs. I've only ever had to have one. It would seem like they should have some way to manually get you out of an MRI machine if the power went out. I mean, that's just ridiculous to have people stuck. Ah, there's a manual override lever. Okay. Yeah, everybody that works in an MRI lab should know how to get somebody out. That's crazy. Oh, wow, Lana. I'm sorry to hear that. don't have a, I was just thinking I ought to write it down too, but I don't have a pen and paper right close to me. Got a Sharpie marker. Okay, I got that written down too. They wanted you to come back the following week. Yeah, I can see why you would decline. It would be a long while before I would trust getting back into one of those machines after an experience like that. Uh, yeah. It's funny. I am very much a creature of the sun. So in the summertime, when the sun is rising early, I'm up with the sun. In the wintertime, when the sun is rising late, yeah, I get up late too. I usually, in the summertime, I get up when the sun first starts rising. Okay, Rebecca, thanks for stopping in, hanging out with us. And, really that works out really well because I like to get out before the sun gets too high and gets too hot to work in my garden. So, oh, she did come on a second time, huh, Lana? I didn't stay up. I read until about 11 something, maybe quarter after. And I was starting to fall out, so. Well, I guess it was probably about quarter after 11 when I went to sleep or when I turned off the light. And now, I usually am waking up several times throughout the night. Um, so yeah, my first time awake, I think I was awake again by about 1:30, and then I woke up again at 4, and then again at 6:30. At 6:30, I went back to sleep, but I wasn't like really good in a sleep. because my mind kind of was telling me, okay, you're going to have to get up pretty soon. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. That's no fun. Up until 4 watching Russ. Oh, God. I love Russ's lives, but he goes on so late. And yeah, there's just no way. I wouldn't be sitting here now if I got up and watched Russ or was awake watching Russ all night. Until there's a 7 on the clock. Well, Miss C, there is a 7 on the clock every hour, several times every hour. But I get you. I don't like to get up until around 7 either. But if I wake up, say, at 4 o'clock and I get up and go use the bathroom and then I come back, and if I can't get to sleep within about 10 to 15 minutes, I end up just getting up. My demon? No, thank you. Oh, chest pain's not fun. I had a 5-day stay in the hospital back years ago when I lived in Illinois. I was having chest pains, and my family has a very long history of heart trouble. My mom had a quad bypass. My grandfather had a quad bypass. So, you know, heart trouble is definitely in my family. So when I started having chest pains, I had my husband take me to the ER because, I just didn't want to take any chances. And I didn't call and tell my mom until they admitted me to the hospital because I didn't want her sitting at home and worrying. And they ran me through the gamut of tests. Now, the reason I ended up staying in the hospital for 5 days is I was also running a fever. And the way that the cycle of the fever would go is it would spike just about the time it was time for the doctor to do her rounds. Lana, my heart is absolutely fine now. They didn't find anything wrong with my heart. In fact, I pretty much, after all the tests that they did on me, I'm pretty much healthy as a horse other than a little bit of GERD. But yeah, the only thing that they could figure out, because I had the flu, and the only thing that they could figure out is maybe the chest pains were something related to the fluid that I had. But yeah, I've not had any problems with my heart. So yeah, I just thank God for that. Well, everybody, we have been here for an hour and a half plus. So I think I will let you guys go and do your own thing for the day. I know there's other lives that'll be coming on. Nifty. You're so sweet. Yeah, I'm almost done with this hat. Well, you know what, Nifty? Come on back. I hope you subscribe to me so that you can get notifications. Um, that way, whenever I do this, you can come and hang out with me. I think I may do this a lot more often now that I've got my internet acting right. I've just got to drill the hole through my floor and get my wire downstairs so I can hook up to it downstairs and be back down in my studio. But yeah, um, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of other lives on today to go and visit. So um, I will probably see you all out and about in the YouTube streets. So once again, thank you for hanging out with me and chatting and crocheting. I really enjoy it. And I'm almost done with my base beanie for the Medusa hat. So be watching for that. Um, I'm going to try and get gifts done before I really concentrate on the Medusa hat. But yeah. So take care, everybody. I love you all. I really do appreciate you all. I love you coming out and supporting me the way that you do. I never dreamed that I would ever have a YouTube channel, for one thing, and to have all the support that I've got. It's wonderful. So everybody take care. I'll see you again soon. I'm sure we'll see each other out on the YouTube streets. Julianne, I'll definitely be seeing you later. So take care. Bye-bye.